Mike Angelino Sports. All right, let's talk about the Teofimo Lopez fight versus George Kambosos fight. All right, so before we start the fight, let's talk about what a statement the Zone said. They said that this fight was postponed 8 times. That's crazy, huh? This fight was postponed 8 times, so it took a long time to make this fight. So, all right, so let's talk about the fight conference, whatever. Oh man, Junior Lopez, the head trainer, Teofimo Lopez's dad, he's a little annoying, man. I think he's a little disrespectful. For my liking. My style is Mexican style, dog. You prove everything with your fist. You prove everything in the ring. And yeah, the dad, man, I guess this formula has worked thus far, like so far. Hey, he beat Lomachenko. According to what Lomachenko says in interviews, that he beat him because his shoulder was messed up or something, like he got operated or something. So, but we don't want to take that W away from Teofimo Lopez. He looked good, man. His shots were crispy. Pss, pss, pss. He was hitting Lomachenko with good shots. He was moving around. Yeah, he was countering. He looked good, man. But I just want to say in that Lomachenko fight, at the end, the last rounds, the 11 and 10 and 12, I saw something, man. I saw something. Robert Garcia also saw something. When they interview him, they say, "Hey, but at the end, Lomachenko was coming back." So let's just leave that. I just wanted to say that, and let's talk about the Kambosos fight. So for the conference and everything, hey man, the dad Junior wanted to get in a fight with Kambosos. His dad, he was talking trash to Kambosos, and Kambosos was talking trash too. But the thing is that Teofimo doesn't really talk trash. He talks a little trash, but lately he's been talking a lot of trash, getting into it with David Haney and this guy, the Takeover, and just making noise. And I'm like, all right, you make noise, but you got to back it up in the ring. And so they're still living off that Lomachenko win. Good win, but they haven't fought in a long time, man. And you're still living off of that. It's like Al Bundy living off the 4 touchdowns he scored in one game. It's just like, okay, what have you done lately? It's like, you postponed the fight, you had COVID, and then Kambosos, I heard, he had some reason they postponed the fight because of him. So it was even, right? They both didn't fight for a while. So going into the fight, there was a rumor that Teofimo Lopez was injured. I saw a couple YouTube channels, and so I've been doing a little investigation. They haven't said it. He hasn't said anything after the fight. The only thing that I'll get into it, but he said that he couldn't make weight, and in the late rounds, yeah, he looked tired, and those are indicators that either you didn't train right or you can't make weight. So, all right, so yeah, so Teofimo Lopez, yeah, man, I'm gonna knock you out in the first round, a takeover, I'm gonna knock you out, and then the dad was going all crazy, Kambosos was going all crazy. So we're gonna see in the fight. We were gonna see in the fight who's got in whose head. So the fight started. The fight started. The bell rang. Boom! Teofimo Lopez rushed him, dude. Boom, 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 boom. He was rushing him. I'm like, oh shit! Oh, whoa! What are you doing? And then in the how many seconds into the first round? There was 20 seconds in the first round, 30 seconds into the first round, something like that. Whatever. In the first round, he rushed him. Boom, 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 boom. You can see Kambosos, man, he had good legs, and he had hand speed, and he was countering him with that check hook. He tried to come in, he was hitting him with that check hook, going in circles, using the whole ring and exchanging with him, and I was like, oh damn. And then again he tried to rush him, boom, 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 and Kambosos was hanging in there with him, boom, boom, boom. He was exchanging with him and he was getting him with that check hook, boom, coming in. Teofimo Lopez was coming in and he was getting them with that. I'm like, oh shit. All right. And then I guess Teofimo Lopez kind of read that, so he kind of like, all right, so I'm gonna rest for a little bit. I'm gonna take a little mental break. And he threw a little jab, but he threw a lazy jab. It's just a let me see where I'm at. He threw a little jab and he didn't put it back. He just threw it and let it down. And then Kambosos put his whole body. He countered him. He like, oh what? Put his whole 135-pound body into that shot. Boom! Hit him right in the button. Bah! And dropped Teofimo Lopez. Was he hurt? No, it was a flash knockdown. He hit him right in the kisser, and he got him cold. When in the first couple rounds you get caught cold, that's the definition of getting caught cold. He got caught cold. Boom! He got hit. Boom! A shot he didn't see, so he could have got knocked out if Tank would have hit him, or someone with power, even dumbass Ryan Garcia. Although he sucks to me, dude. I don't like him, but he has power. One thing I have to give respect is he has power. Tank has power, and Teofimo has power. And 135, those are the ones that have the power. And Lomachenko, but these guys have the game changers. So he timed them. He threw that lazy jab. He didn't put it back where it belongs. You know when your mom tells you, man, you got to put everything back where it belongs. In boxing, you have to remember what your mom says. You throw the jab, you put it back. He didn't put it back, and he got countered. Boom! They dropped him. Bah! And he got back up, and he was perfectly fine, and so the bell rang, and he got shocked. He went to the corner, and the dad told him, Junior, like, hey man, you were off balance. He got you. Like, nah, he wasn't off balance, man. He got caught. So yeah, he didn't see it. If it would have been someone else, I think he would have got KO'd or something, man. He showed great chin. So, but Kambosos doesn't have knockout power, but he has respectable power to keep you honest. You see what he did to his face, man. So, yeah, one thing I don't like about fighters, why do they do the Mayweather defense? It doesn't work, guys. A lot of AB tried it. Andre Berto tried it. There's a kid from Stockton, I think, a Chicano kid, just got knocked out a couple months ago. A lot of people try that and they get knocked out, man. No, man. That's one mistake. He had his hands down, and it's hard to come out of this to throw combinations. In order to not get countered, you have to counter the counter, throw a lot of fakes, and throw combinations. He can't throw combinations here coming off this. That's one thing I felt like, nah, man, get your hands up, man, and boom, boom, shoot, man. Throw combinations where you don't get countered, and boom, bring everything back. But boom, you throw a shot, and then you're here. And then Kambosos was just hitting him with that check hook, hitting him with that stick, man. So that's one mistake. One of many mistakes I saw from Teo. And Izemio, he's a one-trick pony. He was doing the same thing, man. Trying to knock him out. It's just like, okay, if it doesn't work, what's plan B? And the dad didn't have a plan B. Every time he went to the corner, he said, hey, man, get him out of there. Get him out of there. Like, knock him out. And then one of when they showed it, he said, calm down. And then he said, knock him out. Like, calm down or knock him out? What is it? So, yeah. But one thing that I saw that I like about Teo is that right hand, man. It was just that straight scientific right hand. But if he could set it up, because Kambosos knew it was coming, and Kambosos showed a great chin, dude. He got hit and he got dropped, but he got hit a lot of times with that right hand, that scientific right hand. But when you know when it's coming, Kambosos had his chin. He kind of turned the shots, and he was expecting those shots, and he showed chin. He showed a great chin. So that's why he's a champion. He's a great champion now. He took all the belts, or mostly all the belts, whatever. Devin Haney has a belt. So a great champion has skills to pay the bills, and also great chins and defense. He has it, man. He has respectable powers. He doesn't have the best power, but he will cut you, and he will drop you, and probably even knock you out if you're someone else, you know. So yeah. So he showed great chin, but that right hand, Teofimo showed that Teofimo was shooting, and he dropped him. I like that right hand, but if he could set it up with different, go to the body, invest to the body. He did go to the body, but a little bit more, and throw more combinations, and then boom, shoot that right, and Kambosos didn't see it or something. I think he would have done a little bit better, although he hurt Kambosos in the 10th round, and he couldn't finish his breakfast. He had a lot of time to finish him, and he didn't finish him. Why? Because he wanted to go for that one punch knockout instead of, you got the knockout. He's a little drunk. He's drunk. Work the body, throw in some fakes, throw in some fintas, just like Canelo. Work the body, boom, boom, start chopping him down. Yeah, like a minute something. It's just like, and he got tired, dude. Like, I don't know. He didn't prepare right, or he can't make the weight. And if he didn't prepare right, that's his fault and his pop's fault. And maybe that combination doesn't work. And we talk about that father-son combination, it doesn't work, man. It doesn't work. It doesn't work? What about Kambosos? His dad was his coach, if I'm not mistaken. So it works, but it doesn't. I think if your dad does all the talking and he gets all the spotlight, it doesn't work. Morales' dad, they had a father-son combination. Terrible Morales, he's a Hall of Famer. Felix Trinidad had a father-son combination. Hall of Famer. So it does work. Mayweather Senior and Mayweather, it didn't work and it did work. So, and then we got Roger, kind of like his dad. So it works, but it doesn't. It depends, man. But if your dad does all the talking and you don't, Angel Garcia, Danny Garcia, he took him far, man. He was a welterweight champion, but he got some good wins versus Khan and Matisse. But other than that, he always felt a little short when he went to the big dance. So I think when your dad does all the talking, it doesn't work, bro. Ruben Guerrero too. Guerrero and his dad, he was good, man. But once the dad, man. And then they're trying to. He got a little. What's his name? Porter's dad got a little. He got what is chastised or whatever. They were talking trash about him because he stopped the fight. Does the father-son combination? Hey, he took him far, but that stoppage was a little premature. But we already know what was coming by Crawford. But does the father-son combination work? I don't know. It does sometimes, but it doesn't, because we'll see. We saw the examples. Hey, Kambosos' dad, and he beat this guy. But look at Teofimo Lopez. His dad. Man, I heard a whole bunch of stuff about him, man. Before the fight, they were looking for him before the fight. He was outside doing interviews instead of being in the locker room. It's just like, come on, dude. You're not. No, man. I don't know. Either you go back to the basics and stay humble, or the dad's got to go, man, because Teofimo Lopez wasn't focused for this fight. He was everywhere, and supposedly he broke up with his wife or something, and he was going through problems. And like Robert Garcia said in an interview, he's not the first fighter that broke up with his wife or has problems with his wife or his girlfriend. Not the first or the last. So this isn't like the NBA. You don't play basketball. You play basketball. You play soccer. You play baseball. You play football. You don't play boxing. You can't call timeout. Hey, man, I'm not in the game right now, man. I'm going through some stuff. Get a sub. There's no subs, man. You got to go out there and fight. So you have to respect the game, or the game's going to disrespect you. No matter what's going on, everything it has to be background music, and you have to be focused 100%. Or look what happened to Teofimo Lopez. He was on top of the world. Now he's in the bottom, and let's see if he can jump. That L he got is not lose. It's the L. It's for learn. Can he learn off this mistake? We'll see, man. We're going to see, and I think he will. But they need to get their act together and respect the game and go back to the basics. So, yeah, Kambosos displayed beautiful boxing ability, boxing skills, and also IQ, man. Hey, this guy's a great champ, dog. I pick Teofimo Lopez to knock him out, which he almost did. He almost had him, man. It was a good fight, man. He didn't smoke him. Kambosos didn't smoke him. Close fight. He dropped Teofimo, and Teofimo dropped him. And the rounds were close. Give them to whoever you want to give them. But Kambosos won the 11th, the 11th and the 12th, and that made the difference. So, but yeah, he displayed distance, man. The jab, timing. Like I said, he was timing that lazy jab. Boom. Great chin. He showed great chin. A great champion faces adversity and he makes it happen. He comes back and he wins. He got dropped in the 10th round. And he looked like he was out, and he came back, man. He faced adversity, just like Andre Ward when he got dropped versus Kovalev. Just like how Trinidad when he gets dropped and he gets back up. Marquez gets dropped, gets back up, and knocks you out and wins the fight. This guy showed great chin. He showed grit, and he showed heart, man. So that's recipe for success, man. He had the faster hands when they were exchanging. When they were shooting shots and exchanging shots, Kambosos had the better end of the exchanges. So, yeah, man, he has fast hands, and he uses the whole ring, man. He goes in circles, uses the whole ring. Man, this has legs. 12 rounds, he has legs, man. And he answered every question Teofimo had. Any rally he had, he answered them. So that makes an impression of the judges, man. and he was countering until Teofimo Lopez didn't know what to do. The dad didn't tell me, hey, you have to do this so that you won't get countered. He was getting countered the whole night, and he was trying to do the same thing over and over. He's a one-trick pony, man. This, and he throws that. He wanted to throw that right, and then throws that off the Floyd Mayweather. He throws that little check hook. It's good, but it's just like, what else you have if it doesn't work? So, yeah, man, he looked delicate, man. Delicado, man. So, either he didn't train right, or he's going through a lot of stuff, or he can't make 135 because he was tired at the end. He didn't close the show, and he lost, dude. Good fight, but he lost. And I thought he was going to knock him out in the 10th. I'm like, oh, he's got him. He had a lot of time. He had like a minute something, minute 20. So I was like, dude, okay, it's time. Okay, he's got him. Even though he didn't knock him in the 10th, I was like, all right, he's going to knock him out in the 11th and the 12th, something like that. So he still has a little bit of time, man. He could do it. And he ran out of gas. He shot his wad, and Kambosos wanted him more, and he won the late round. So that made the difference. And another thing, Teofimo Lopez has, I don't know how many fights, 16 fights now. If I'm not mistaken, you guys could correct me in the description. He achieved a lot in so little fights, man. He beat Lomachenko, man. Bob Arum was calling him better than Muhammad Ali. But Bob Arum's going through dementia, right? heel. So, but Lomachenko has skills. So, and he beat Lomachenko no matter what. He beat him. And he had like 15 fights, 16 fights. He doesn't have a lot of experience, but he achieved a lot, man. He knocked out Pome, whatever. That's crazy knockout. Boom, he knocked him out. Was it in the first round? I forgot. I got to go back to the tapes. And he beat Lomachenko, and he had another couple wins, and then a couple of tomato cans, whatever. But and he looked bad in a couple fights, but he was coming off those 2 wins, and he was getting good publicity and everything. And I'm like, man, this guy's he's good, man. But 16 fights. What happens if you get cut? How are you gonna react? What happens if you get dropped? How are you gonna react in a championship fight? In a fight like this? He's in New York. He's from New York or Florida, but he grew up in New York, so he's at home. Boom, he got dropped. So he's facing adversity, and he did good. He dropped him, but he got a big old cut. And what happens if you get cut? How are you gonna respond? Can you fight with a cut? Your vision is blurry. Can you fight? You know what I mean? And like I said, one of the biggest mistakes a fighter can make is predicting a knockout. Even the GOAT, even the pound for pound, not the GOAT, yeah, but the Mexican GOAT, he's the Mexican GOAT for sure. But even the pound for pound, the face of boxing, Canelo, he predicted a 6-round knockout versus Plant, and said he got a little out of control. And that's when your trainer comes in, the best trainer in the game, Reynoso. Hey man, calm down, follow the game plan, man. Follow the game plan. And Canelo, he listened to his corner, and he went to work and went to plan B. But he got a little out of control, and that's when your corner has to come in with experience. Does Junior Lopez have a lot of experience? Who else is he training? You know what I mean? So, man, 15, 16 fights, and he beat Lomachenko, but he hasn't faced adversity, and you saw what happened. He's going through some problems. Maybe he's never been through some problems before, or he has, or maybe for a big fight like this, it was the wrong time to go through some problems. The dad was acting up. He was in there in the locker room before the fight. Oh, he got caught. Oh, he got dropped. So a lot of things happen, man. Yeah, in boxing, anything could happen, and a lot of things could happen, and that's when you have to go to your experience or whatever you train in the gym, man. Your experiences in the gym, man. They kind of choked, man, in the corner. So they wanted him to go for gusto and still knock him out. They're like, okay, what else you want? He's getting countered. What can he's getting outboxed? What can he do? Give him something else instead of just saying knock him out, because obviously it didn't work. So yeah, so we'll see, man. We'll see what happens. And at the end, Teofimo Lopez, he didn't show sportsmanship. I didn't like that. That was he looked cheap, man. He looked burnt out. Like I won the fight, this and that. It was a good fight, man, but he lost the fight, man. And he should have took his L and go back to the drawing board and come back, man. And Kambosos said he'll give him a rematch in Australia. So, hey, I'll take it if I was him. I'll go back to the drawing board and come up with a game plan. plan A, plan B, plan C, and let's get it, man. Run it back if you believe in your skills. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. But for now, I didn't like what happened with the bad sportsmanship. So he needs to fix that. So whatever. But Kambosos, man, he's a real deal. Holyfield, he's got skills to pay the bills, man. He's fired, dude. He's a problem at 135. For sure, he'll beat Haney. I called it. For sure, he'll beat Ryan Garcia. He's a YouTube fighter. So if anybody wants to give me flack, like, yeah, he's good on YouTube. So on IG. So he'll beat him. The only thing Ryan Garcia does have power, but if he could take Teofimo Lopez's shot, I think he could take Ryan Garcia's shot. And Ryan Garcia has to earn that shot because this guy can move, dude. He can box and counter you, going backwards. And he has a good pop to keep you honest and cut you and drop you. So, yeah. So there's him. There's Tank Davis versus Pitbull. Whoever wins out of that fight, they could see, they may get a chance to set up that fight. David Haney and Jojo. That's a good fight. Whoever wins might get that fight. So, yeah, man, the 135 through 140, man, they're all going to move up eventually, but the 135's on fire, and there's fighters that are 130 or 135. I gotta double check. There's a guy named El Camarón. He's fire, dog. He has like 17 fights, 16 knockouts, something like that. El Camarón, he's coming up, and there's the Garcia, Robert Garcia's the trainer. He has a fighter named Ray Moratoya. He fought like a week ago under what undercard? The Crawford undercard, if I'm not mistaken. That kid's fire, man. He's a technician, dude. He's fire. He's got power. He's out there. He's thinking. He's working. He could fight backwards, going forwards. He has power. So he's coming up. So yeah. So and then there's El Rayo. I think he's a 130. I gotta double check. But El Rayo, he's like 5'8", 5'9", tall kid. And he's strong. He's the Benavides senior has him. He's under Benavides. El Rayo. Check him out. He's pretty fire. There's other guys, other cats. So the 135, 140, it's fire and it's boiling up at 140 if they move up. So and then we have Josh Taylor at 140. So, but I think Josh Taylor's gonna move up to fight Terrence Crawford at 147. He's a big 140 and he has all the belts. So he could make good fights at 140 or 147. So that's, man. So for Teofimo Lopez, do not fight no one right now. Do not call out Josh Taylor, bro. You'll get destroyed, bro. You got hit with power shots and you got dropped and then your face got destroyed. If Tank hits you, if dumbass Ryan Garcia hits you, you could get knocked out because those guys have power. And at 140, if Josh Taylor hits you, he's a big 140, man. You see how he dropped Ramirez. So and Ramirez has a chin and he's the real deal at 140, man. So yeah, man, take some time, come back, strategize, get a couple stay busy fights, and work with your dad. And if you see that it's not working out, man, get some help. Then dad's got to go. But we still got to give Junior a chance to redeem himself. You can't just like blame him for everything. He took him this far. Hey, there's no they don't have the most experience, man. So you're gonna take some losses, but you learn from the losses. It's not an L for lose. It's an L for learn. So I hope they come back, man. Tio's a good kid, but está poquito pendejito. But yeah, man, put your hands up, dog. So yeah, so that's what I saw in the fight. The little things, the little details I saw. And there's a whole bunch. We could talk about the fight, the whole things that happened before the fight, during the fight, after the fight, in the corner. And I gave you a little bit what I saw and what the instructions of the corner. Yeah. Yeah. So so the 135 looking hot, but yeah, that's all I got though. So check me out at Cholo Boxing under Cholo Trucker on YouTube. That's my boy. Shout out to Ed Cholo Trucker. Check me out on his YouTube page. We have a show. He has a show, and I'm always a guest in his show. So that's my brother right there, man. And we break down boxing. We go live there on Cholo Trucker on YouTube. Check me out there and subscribe to my channel, Mike Angelino Sports, man. If you like what I said or didn't like, let me know. And yeah, man, we could discuss. I'll have lives and we could break down boxing And like, subscribe, leave a comment, share it if you guys like share it with your boys, man. Share it with people, and I'll continue to bring what you want. I do fight breakdowns, so I'm gonna do a little breakdown on this fight. I'm gonna do a slow-mo video coming up, the things that I saw. So yeah, man, check me out, brothers. All right, man, that's all I got. Mike Angelino Sports. I'm gone.